Treasure Beach look for a first goal against Portmore. Montego Bay have a tough match in Kingston. And Dunbeholden returns home for the first time in years. This is Match Week 16 preview show. Yeah, people, welcome back to Jamaica Fan. We have the preview show for Match Week 16 on deck. And we have a nice group of games coming on this weekend. But before we get into the matches and predictions, let's look at some news that happened this week. First up, some of our best local players from the league this year were gathered together at the Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence at UA for a senior national team camp. The likes of Javane Bryan, Sue McCullough, and Nicholas Nelson headline a good list of our top players. Alright, other news though, Jamaica, same Reggae boys now, the FIFA World Cup draw was concluded in the midweek and Jamaica was drawn in the round 2 Group E along with Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Dominica, and a winner between US Virgin Islands and British Virgin Islands. But the ball is round, but I think this group should be a cakewalk for the Reggae boys. What happens in this round is that the top 2 from each group go through to the final round 3, where they will be split into 3 groups of 4, and then the leader of each of those groups goes on automatically to the World Cup. The World Cup qualifiers start this June and supposed to wrap up in sometime in October, November next year. Yeah, so as I said, the toughest match I see on paper is Guatemala, as going to Central America is never easy, but we must keep a small eye on Dominican Republic, who's been doing some good recruiting of new nationals from Europe. So they are putting a lot of money into their program, thinking this is their best chance to get to the World Cup. So we'll keep an eye on them, but ultimately we should escape this group, and I'll be disappointed if we're not number 1. Alright, more news that is more akin to the JPL now. Vere has announced, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 new signings Vere have announced in the midweek. There are Damian Thomas, a defender, Nathaniel Howe, a midfielder, Jaheim Harris, a forward, Javon Smith, a midfielder, Lorenzo Lewin, a forward, and DeAndre Thomas, a forward. Some major signs here for Vere in the January transfer market. And if you have seen your team the last 2 games, it's a bit youthful in its look and makeup. So maybe this would reinforce the team going forward and maybe push for an unlikely top 6 finish this season. It'll be interesting to see how they all gel quickly in their new environment, but they clearly add some depth and some experience to the group. So yes, that's all we got here this week for the news. Let's get on to the matches. First up, Dunbeholden will take on Mount Pleasant at Dunbeholden Sports Complex. That's the first time Dunbeholden will be playing, and if I remember correctly, since before the COVID break. So it's good that they're returning to their truthful home, and surely they'll be coming out firing for this one. While Mount Pleasant has been having a bit of a stop-start season lately, where they've been playing fairly well. They've been getting lots of shots at goal, but finishing has been a real problem. They have signed Shaquille Bradford from Waterhouse to solve that problem, but he is yet to get off the mark. So yeah, this game will be a fun one to watch and see how it goes. And that's Dunbeholden versus Mount Pleasant at 3 p.m. at Dunbeholden Sports Complex. At Jerusalem now, we have Waterhouse hosting Lime Hall, and this is at 4 p.m. Waterhouse, who felt away that they'll give up their 2-0 lead against Montego Bay last week, will look to take advantage of the hapless Lime Hall. While Lime Hall, we were hoping that Sunday will be one of those days where Waterhouse inconsistencies kick in and they have a low match. Lime Hall, they have to start winning if they want any chance of staying in the league. Time is running out at Lime Hall. So again, that's Waterhouse versus Lime Hall at 4 p.m. at Jerusalem. Okay, let's go to St. Elizabeth, where Treasure Beach will be hosting Portmore United. Treasure Beach are winless and goalless in 8 straight games. Will be hosting a Portmore team that does not give up much goals at all. Portmore are in the top 3, and they will be looking to keep the push for first going. While Treasure Beach, the last 2 home games they had, they have outplayed their opponent, but they simply failed to score, to only be caught out on a counter and lose the game. They'll be hoping for a better result this time, where they host Portmore United once again 3 p.m. at Stets in St. Elizabeth on Sunday. Okay, let's go to one of the double headers at Stadium East. Malines United host Umberline. Malines, one of those teams that are battling relegation, will be hosting a Humberline team that's on a brand new project and rebuilding. Lions though been playing fairly well, but they're just not getting the results they need. While Humberline is an enigma right now, you never know what exactly you're getting from them, and they're still adjusting to the new setup by their new coaching staff. So this game could go anywhere. It'll be interesting. It's basically a relegation 6 pointer for Lions, and they need this victory. So once again, that's Lions versus Humberline at Stadium East. The following game on the doubleheader for Stadium East Sunday will be Cavalier hosting Montego Bay United. Cavalier, sitting pretty in the top 3, will want to continue the good run of form to go ahead and first. While Montego Bay United, as I've seen a resurgence lately, they are undefeated in 4 with 3 wins and a draw, and should be buzzing after their comeback draw against Waterhouse last week. But this will be a tough game for Montego Bay. Cavalier have not conceded more than 1 goal and looking to keep the clean sheet flow going. So can Montego Bay, who don't necessarily travel well this season, pull it off in a long trip to Kingston? It'll be interesting to see what happens Sunday. So once again, that's Cavalier hosting Montego Bay at Stadium East Sunday. For the Monday double headers, normally the fun night, Vere will quote-unquote hosting Tivoli Gardens at Anthony Sporting Complex and to kick things off on Monday. Vere, as I just mentioned, made 7 new signings and will look to quickly incorporate them to get back on winning ways, while Tivoli is not been playing well. The last game against Cavalier was a better performance, but they still has not gotten the win. They'll be interested to see how they set up here against a Vere team who will be incorporating a lot of new players. So yeah, this might be a fun game. Let's see if Justin Dunn can get back on the score sheet, while they have to keep an eye upon Boucher Bedford on the opposite end. So that's Vere versus Tivoli once again on Monday night at Anthony Sporting Complex. And now the final game to run of match week 16 will be the Junglists. Arnett Gans will be hosting Harbour View. Now Arnett now seemed to get back in their scoring groove against Lions last week, with their top player Fabian Reed getting a hat-trick. It seemed that they have worked out how they're going to line up exactly with their wingers and look to push on to score more goals. While Harbourview, funny enough, seem to find a way to work out their defensive issues, but now with Bradford going, they are now lacking goals. They have 2 games that's going scoreless, and they need to find a new star striker to propel them away from relegation. Again, all eyes will be on Andre Fagan if he can take over the goal scoring duties from the departed Bradford. So this game will cap off match week 16. It'll be a fun watch, and I actually think this might be the game of the round. So yeah, people, that's match week 16 as I said. Let's go straight into predictions. Dunbeholden versus Mount Pleasant. As I said, Mount Pleasant is playing well but not scoring, while Dunbeholden also playing well, have a lot of possession, but them themselves is not scoring. So I honestly see this as another 1-1 tie. As for Waterhouse versus Limehall, Limehall is a poor team right now, while Waterhouse are so inconsistent. But I think they will get this done here. I see a 2-0 victory for Waterhouse. Treasure Beach versus Portmore. Treasure Beach can't score for save them life. They do play well at home though, but I don't think this is the game they will break their ducks. I see a 1-0 win for Portmore on the road here. Lions versus Humberline. Alright, Humberline had a 0-0 last time at home, and again they're not exactly clicking at the moment, while Lions are clicking, and I think they do play fairly well at Stadium East as of late. This is an interesting game, but I think Lions might squeeze out a 1-0 victory here over Humberline. Cavalier facing Montego Bay United. Montego Bay are buzzing and are playing really well with Owen Garden leading the front once more. But Cavalier though simply does not concede. Yes, they're missing King and they're missing Shaniel Thomas, but they may be back this Sunday. I've not gotten word exactly if they will be back, but if they're out, it changes complex a bit. This can end up being a 1-1 draw between Cavalier and Montego Bay United. Okay, Vere versus Tivoli. As I said, Vere is incorporating some new players and they're not exactly playing at the best right now, but neither is Tivoli. I actually see this as another 1-1 draw between Vere and Tivoli. Arnett Gans and Harbour View. Arnett now, as I said, let them find them goal scoring boots back, and the Fabian Reed luck is in good touch, while Harbour View defense has been kind of mismatched lately and they're not scoring. I see this as a 2-1 victory for Arnett Gans over Harbour View. Yeah, so those are the predictions. We do this for fun. I've been hit and miss on some of these all season, so let us see how it goes. So let me know in the comment section below which game you think is the game of the round, and what do you think of my predictions. Maybe you can post your predictions as well in the comment section. That's it there for Jamaica Fan. We'll be back here Tuesday for the review show. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and for anything else at the Jamaican Premier League, you're already at the right place. Jamaica Fan. Big up YouTube.